Hello, welcome to the Survivor Series predictions with me, All Things Wrestling, Spacewoman Ellie, and Snackman Wrestling Network. How are you both doing today?
Hello, Tom. I'm doing good today.
Glad. How are you doing today,
Hiyo.
Wrestling Network?
Hello, Tom. Doing not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. We are now looking at the match card for the Survivor Series. The first match that we have listed is a Battle Royale with to be announced participants. So, great way to start this off.
Yay.
My overall prediction for that is Big E. Big E wins it for
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Yep, probably.
What do you think, Wrestling Network?
Um, I don't know, to be honest. I kind of think that Big E should have been on Team SmackDown for the Team SmackDown versus Team Raw match. So,
Completely agree. But they didn't do that for some reason.
it's probably going to be one of the only predictions that all three of us say the same thing. I will say Big E as well.
Yeah. Okay. That is now off the pre-show matches, which I now have to sit there and watch because people want it for some reason. We then go to the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. This is going to be one hell of a match.
Agreed,
Yeah. It's going to be interesting for sure, because I have next to no idea who's going to win, to be honest. Well, I do have an idea, but it's somewhat interesting to me. Because, it's the two biggest stars of the two shows, right? So, I think Roman's going to win, because what they've got with this big guy that is, I think, somewhat undefeated, right? He's like if he gets defeated, Roman, then his like whole gimmick is sort of ruined because he's meant to be this big powerful guy, tribal chief and all that. But if he loses, then he's not going to be so much of that. So I think Roman's picking up the win here.
I definitely agree with you. I think Roman Reigns will win this. And I think this will be the last. I think this will be one of the last wins for Team SmackDown of the night.
Yeah.
Then again, this won't be the main event, which is sad because it's main event worthy. This match is going to be good, I think.
I think it should be main event.
It'll be the men's Survivor Series team, though, won't it?
I don't know why though, because
No, this will be main event. Definitely main event.
If it isn't main event, then that's just stupid. Because this match is like a match that I want, because it sounds like it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's probably, in my opinion, looks like to be like the best match of the entire show, for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Who do you think is going to win Wrestling Network?
Okay, hear me out with this. This is my, I guess, mad scientist theory.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre wins, but not in the way that you think he's going to win. I think Randy Orton's going to get involved in this and cause disqualification for Drew.
I see where you're coming from. My theory, if Drew was going to win, was Fiend gets interferes.
Okay, I could see
Yeah.
the Fiend, but Orton kind of has more ties into this match. Maybe both of them get involved.
Could do. Setting up a triple threat for TLC between McIntyre, Fiend, and Randy.
Yeah, I don't want
Edge returns,
anyone to win
costing
by
Randy
DQ,
the
though.
title shot, setting up for their Mania feud.
Yeah, I just don't want anyone to win by DQ for it.
Definitely not.
This
That'll be
match could be
cop-out.
amazing. Yeah, this match has potential, like high potential. If it ends with a DQ, I'm gonna be seriously pissed because this match has the potential.
So here we've got one Drew and two Romans. We
Yeah.
then go to the champion versus champion women's title match. Carmella's going to cost Sasha Banks. So Asuka's going to win.
Yeah, I think Asuka's gonna win 100%. Maybe because partly because I don't like Sasha, so I actually like
Carmella's
Asuka,
been
so.
tackling her too much. It's made it quite obvious. I think Carmella's going to get involved in the match.
Yeah, even just this SmackDown where in the promo between Asuka and Sasha, Carmella interfered and beat down Sasha, so
Exactly.
I think Asuka's gonna win probably.
Yeah. Who do you think? Wrestling Network?
This one's a tough one because this is one that I don't know. It could go either way. The Roman and Drew one, you guys are saying it could go either way. I really see this heavily favoring Drew, but with this one, I don't know. I'm gonna say, just because you guys are going with it and it's a safe pick, Oscar.
Fair. Then we go to the tag championships. Please let the New Day win. I don't see the Street Profits winning this match.
I think New Day are gonna win just because if they lose, then that's New Day officially finished forever. Like seriously, New Day is almost completely dead, and if they lose this match, then they're fully dead. So yeah, if New Day has to win, unless WWE wants to ruin the great talent that was the New Day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the New Day need this win for any reason whatsoever. The Street Profits have been getting some momentum lately. They've been kind of not pushing them, but building them a little bit. I'd say the Street Profits win this one.
Well, that's interesting.
Interesting choice. We next have the mid-card championship match. Bobby Lashley as United States champion versus Sami Zayn as Intercontinental champion. Sami Zayn's going to squeak out a very lucky win.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think Sami's going to win, like, somehow. Like, I think Bobby Lashley's going to mostly dominate this match, but somehow Sami Zayn is going to pull away.
Retribution or someone interferes, costing Lashley the match or something.
Yeah, potentially. I think Sami's going to win this, probably.
Yeah, I can agree with you too. Not for that reason though. I think Sami Zayn gets a decisive win over Bobby Lashley. That's because they've kind of seemed to maybe sort of warm up to Sami Zayn lately. 2 years too late. He should have been champion. Fucking what? 2017.
Definitely, I agree. Should have been champion years ago.
But they're finally pushing him, so I'd say Sami Zayn wins this one.
Yeah. Then we have Team Raw. For the women, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lana, Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce versus Team SmackDown's Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bayley and Natalya. Lana's going to be the sole survivor because they put her through a table at the beginning of the match and she comes and gets the win for the entire team.
I actually don't know who's going to win this match, to be honest.
Prediction Team Raw.
I don't know because it seems evenly matched, really, I guess. Maybe I think actually Team SmackDown might win this one. Maybe.
I'd say that, but they've got the more dominant women as Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
But no one likes Nia Jax, so...
Yeah, but do we really like Nia Jax? That's why she's still employed.
I mean, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler obviously don't like Lana, so I mean, so... There's probably going to be the fact that, Team Raw doesn't necessarily have, like, the chemistry to be, like, good, be good at teamwork. So, I think Team SmackDown might win because of that, because, Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair shout.
Suppose so. I don't know. I mean, feel free to call me a clown if I'm wrong about this. I think Team Raw wins in a landslide. Barely get anybody eliminated. Team Raw win for the women. They just built it up like that. They have built it up for weeks. They got the whole Lana thing, the dysfunctional thing, the whole, oh, we're so dysfunctional, but we're going to pull off the win in the end storyline. Happened a million times. This is what they're doing here. They're going to win.
Whereas Team Raw is not going to win for the men, which is AJ Styles, Keith Lee, Sheamus, Braun Strowman and Riddle, versus Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, Seth Rollins and Otis. SmackDown's going to win. Because one, they have the dominant people, and the Raw dominant people just don't get along with each other, so they're going to bicker and cost themselves the match.
Yeah, because they lost against Retribution in Raw.
Yeah, I don't think Team Raw's going to win this. I think Team SmackDown's going to take it.
Yeah, because of the loss against Retribution in Raw, like a few days ago, I think Team SmackDown's going to win because Team Raw doesn't seem like, They lost to Retribution, so they're gonna lose to Team SmackDown. So
yeah,
yeah. I think Keith Lee's gonna be pretty good in this match, though. He seems like the bigger guy that can fully take on the Team SmackDown. Not like Braun Strowman. They seem like they can, they could be like those big guys that take on everyone. But then I think I think Team SmackDown's gonna win. Maybe because the talent in Team SmackDown is a little bit better than Raw, because with Raw, the only two major stars that are actually good at AJ and Keith Lee, and maybe Matt Riddle a tiny bit, but whereas with SmackDown you got Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, and Seth and Otis. With Otis, I think being interesting because I actually feel like he's gonna have a big part in this match for some reason. Are they gonna make Otis into some sort of bigger star, maybe?
I can see them
So
doing it.
yeah, I feel like Team SmackDown's gonna win. Like, I think what will happen is maybe Otis gets the victory. Like, he's the one who pins the final opponent on Raw. I think that's what's gonna happen. That's my prediction, anyway.
Yep.
I suppose, yeah, you're kind of right. I do want to say one thing, though, before I give my prediction.
Yeah.
This Team Raw versus Team SmackDown match is lackluster compared to last year. That match last year was stacked compared to this.
I agree.
It seems like the leftovers of last year for this match. But yeah, you're definitely right. Team SmackDown definitely has the better competitors, the strongest side. Team Raw, really the only reason I could see them winning is because of Braun Strowman and Keith Lee. They've been trying to build those two up a little bit.
Yeah.
Styles is just whatever. Riddle's a Riddle, and Sheamus, who gives a fuck at this point about Sheamus? Let's be honest. So Team SmackDown wins convincingly.
Yeah.
It's like Styles will get eliminated because he'll try and make all the team to get they'll be all arguing in the corner. He'll be in the ring, and someone will roll him up because he's trying to organise the team.
Probably.
Sheamus will bro kick Braun Strowman, costing his elimination. Braun Strowman then comes back, beats the shit out of Sheamus, leaving him for dead. And Keith Lee and Matt and Riddle will be trying to pick up the pieces and just get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You're giving them way too much. That doesn't sound like a bad match. I think you're giving them way too much credit there, mate.
If they book it like that, that'll be entertaining. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's going to be. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But yeah, that was our predictions for... Oh, and also the Undertaker's bloody retirement ceremony will or will not be interrupted. What do we guys think?
I think it's going to be not interrupted. Because I actually think this is going to be the final farewell for Undertaker, so I feel like, yeah, it shouldn't get interrupted.
I don't know about interrupted, but do you think he actually retires here is a better way to phrase that?
Yes.
Personally, I don't. I don't personally.
I generally don't think he's retired. I think he'll have some form of role somewhere over the next couple of years doing something. Whether it be a bloody boneyard match again, something like that, I think he'll be doing something for next year's Mania.
I mean, Undertaker himself says that he doesn't necessarily want to keep doing matches, and you know, his matches recently
Then
have
again,
not
can you
been
trust what he
too
says in an
great.
interview? Matt and Jeff Hardy said they weren't returning to WWE when they came back 2 days later.
Yeah, I
People
don't know.
lie to the press in an interview, so it's very hard to tell when someone's being genuine about it.
I mean, Stallone actually did say after Rocky 3 he wasn't going to do Rocky 4.
Exactly.
And just years later he did a Rocky 4, so you got a fair point there.
Can't
But I
trust
honestly,
what they say in interviews.
I honestly hope that Undertaker is done, because his matches recently haven't been too great because of his old age and, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like he should retire. I think he should retire. Do I want him to? Not necessarily, because he is, like, you know, a wrestling legend in my opinion. He's my favourite wrestling character of all time in my opinion. Wrestler maybe not, but favourite character 100%. So having to see him go is a bit sad, but I think he's gonna have to go eventually, and I think now is the time, because isn't this like the 30th anniversary of Undertaker or something?
Yes, he debuted 30 years ago on Sunday.
It's his 30th anniversary, and he debuted at Survivor Series, so I can understand why people say, oh, he should leave at Survivor Series. But come on, Survivor Series didn't define Undertaker. If there's any pay-per-view that defined Undertaker that he should retire at, WrestleMania.
That is a good point, but who would he go against?
People are predicting The Fiend.
It's got to be Sting. I'm sorry.
But he already went against Bray
Sting,
Wyatt,
Undertaker, a boneyard style match would be great.
Yeah.
I don't
All
think
creepy,
Sting
dark,
can
and
wrestle, though,
mystical.
can he?
It'd be amazing.
Do Sting versus Undertaker. Call it a crow's nest match. Bam. There you go.
Yes, that'd be fucking sick. I really hope they do
Not
that,
in my
but
opinion,
Sting
to be
isn't with
honest.
the company from what I can tell. He's not even under a Legends deal anymore. All of his merch has been removed from WWE shop.
I mean, I don't know. This is kind of confusing because I think doing it on Survivor Series is the best time for Taker to retire because it's 30 years off, Taker being in WWE. So I think he should retire at Survivor Series, in my opinion. And then maybe if it was to have a final match in WrestleMania, sure, but I don't see many people he can face against to have a real good match. Like, yeah, there's the Fiend, but he already went against Bray Wyatt at 31, so
True.
WrestleMania
And
31.
that match was disappointing.
It should
Yeah.
be Sting. So it should be Sting.
Should be
Even if it's
Sting,
going to be a bad match. Even if it's a bad match, the mystique of that match alone and the build-up and the hype of that match alone, even if they just stand in front of each other, hit a couple elbow drops or whatever the fuck, a couple punches, the crowd are going to be into it. They've waited so long for this match.
Yeah. I still can't remember the year that Sting got offered. 2011, he got offered to go to Mania. That year, he faced Jeff Hardy in a match where he was out of his fucking mind on drugs, so he had to win the match in 1 minute. He turned down a Mania match for that. Imagine in 2011, The Undertaker versus Sting.
It's kind of where it started to go downhill, though, for Taker, didn't he? After he collapsed against Triple H at Mania.
Yeah.
I do think Taker will retire though.
I'm 50-50 on it. They built it up so much, but we know how wrestling just builds shit up just to tear it down.
If he doesn't retire, I'm going to be so disappointed because I don't want him to do one last match. So it's just his wrestling abilities aren't too great anymore. Like, back years ago, he was fantastic, but now he's not too great, is he? So I don't want one last match.
Yeah, but either way, make sure you tune in on Sunday because I'm telling you, think Daniel Bryan's retirement, Edge's retirement, Ric Flair's retirement, Shawn Michaels' retirement. If Undertaker genuinely does have a retirement ceremony on Sunday, it'll top all of them. It'll be the biggest one.
You're going to get grown men crying.
Yeah, Stallone's going to be there. He's gonna
I am
cry.
probably going to cry.
If
Rambo's
you don't,
going
I'm
to
going to cry.
It's The Undertaker. I grew up watching The Undertaker, and if he is actually retiring, it's the biggest retirement in my life. I mean, Shawn Michaels was sad, but that had only come in with me watching wrestling for a couple of years, so it wasn't that devastating. I grew to respect Shawn Michaels more over the years than I did when watching him, because I didn't see much of him. But I grew up watching Taker on SmackDown every week.
Yeah, I mean, besides maybe Triple H, Undertaker is the last competing legend from that sort of era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be big. Like, think of the biggest all-time moments and multiply that by 10, whatever Undertaker's going to do on Sunday. There's potential for this to be one of the biggest WWE moments in history.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Do you think they're
It
going
just
to open
depends
the
on how
show
they
with
do it.
it? Or do you think they're going to save it for near the end?
I should say it should near like the end, maybe. Maybe even the actual end of the show, maybe. Potentially.
Yeah, will they have that as the main event?
Show should end with an image of Undertaker the same way as Mania 33 ended, basically. Undertaker's
Exactly.
hat, his gloves and his jacket in the middle of the ring. Lights go out, his music goes on, and he goes out the ring, basically.
It's annoying though, because that moment was so amazing, but the Undertaker just came back anyway, so it didn't matter too much.
Exactly.
We got emotional
Yeah, but
for nothing,
at that
really.
point we didn't know he was not going to retire. We thought he was gone.
Yeah, but he just came back, and it's just like...
Yeah, he ruined that moment.
Yeah. I just think he should finally retire. Just, on Sunday, just retire and officially retire, and that will be it.
You know what they should do? Honestly, this would be perfect.
Yeah.
Have him do that, put all of his gear and stuff in the middle of the ring. The lights go out. You hear a crow in the middle of the ring. There's a fucking crow where everything was. And Undertaker just looks at Undertaker, and the show ends like that. So we have to watch Raw to find out the fuck was all that about.
That would be great. If he's not going to retire, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then again, Undertaker himself, like what's his name in real life?
Mark Calloway.
Matt Calloway, like he's doing like stuff like TikTok and what is it, Cameo or whatever, something like
Yeah.
that. So I feel like he's not necessarily Undertaker anymore, is he? It sounds like
He's
he's
Mark
going to
Calloway.
retire.
But the problem is,
Yeah.
he's retiring in front of nobody. There's not going to be a crowd to chant "Thank you, Taker."
Oh, there'll be
That
the wrestlers will
is
come out
true.
on the stage.
Yeah, I know, but it won't be the same as thousands and thousands of people chanting "Thank you, Taker," is it?
Yeah, that is such a true
It's
point.
going out
That
to
is actually
nothing.
making me think potentially it could be at WrestleMania.
That's why I think
Is-
he won't do it tonight, because it's nothing.
They'll have
It's
it
nothing
piped in.
compared to what the reaction would be if he's actually retiring in front of a crowd.
They'll have it piped in because they chanted "Thank you, Taker" at 33, so they have that crowd noise.
Well, yeah,
They'll
I know,
pipe-
but it's not the same.
It's not the same, but like, yeah, you work with what you've got, and if he wants to retire, he's
Let
more
him
than earned it to
retire.
retire.
But yes, we shall see on Sunday what the hell is going to be going on. It's going to be a very eventful night on all things wrestling.
yes, indeed.
Yes, for once we are excited. It feels like a big pay-per-view for like the first time in a decade. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a shame it's only about Taker's retirement and not about most of the matches.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's only the
thing I'm
WWE
most
Championship
pumped
and the Men's Survivor Series team that I'm actually vaguely interested in. The rest is kind of eh.
Yeah, the thing I'm most excited about is the Undertaker's retirement.
But they
think
knew
he's
that
gonna
would
retire,
outclass
but-
any match. It's Taker.
Yeah.
They built a whole event around it though. The event has never been about the matches. The selling point of this has been the Undertaker all along.
Exactly.
Of course,
Because even on every single like wrestling show like for like weeks now, it's had packages about Undertaker's retirement, and even wrestlers doing cosplays or whatever as Undertaker. So it feels like it's leading to something big about Undertaker. Like, yeah, it says it's his like farewell. So I actually think he's gonna retire here, but I can see why now you guys think it might be at Mania. Because there's no fans that are actually in the arena, so until like maybe I think at WrestleMania, what do you have fans at WrestleMania?
Yeah, there's no saying there's going to be fans at Mania next year.
yeah,
we don't
but
know.
I think they'll get some form of fans in for Mania. They're not doing a Mania without fans again. We should have a
It'll be
vaccine
Thunderdome
by then
at
as well.
least.
If he has a match with Sting, he'll come out after the match because it will be a pre-recorded match. He'll come out, drop all his gear in the ring, say goodbye to the fans, and walk out again.
Yeah.
Because he'll come out in front of the fans one last time at Mania if he does it. But we
should look like
must
that.
see. We will wait and see. This has been our predictions for Survivor Series 2020. Tune into
Yes,
the live
indeed.
reactions and the review after on All Things Wrestling, which will most likely be with Ellie and Wrestling Network, depending on if somebody else is able to do it or not. But thanks for watching the predictions, and we shall catch you later. Bye.